Greetings and good morning, everyone, to you sitting here and to those online. Welcome to Temple Buddhist Center's Sunday morning meditation service. I'm Kristen, and I'm honored to be of service this morning. We hope our service this morning finds you happy and healthy. But know that if you are struggling, we hope that Temple Buddhist Center can be a source of refuge for you as we open our hearts to you and your loved ones. Let's begin this morning with a few conscious breaths, taking a few moments to ground, to experience the body, and to breathe together. Conscious breathing is where you seal the mouth, breathe deeply through the nose, and pause for a moment before releasing slowly so that the exhale is longer than the inhale. Let's begin. Breathing in, pausing just a moment, feeling the fullness of the lungs, releasing slowly, and as you release, checking with the body, just being aware of what is present and alive in the body right now. A second conscious breath, pausing just a moment, ventilating this precious human form. Then as you release, see if you can release any worry or concerns from the week, all the energy of doing, going, striving, and accomplishing. Just allow yourself a few moments to cultivate the energy of being, not doing. A third conscious breath together, releasing slowly, and as you release, taking time to invite your awareness to the present moment, fully arriving in the here and now. Here at Temple Buddhist Center, we like to begin service with a chant. Chanting is an integral part of every tradition, and it's not about being a singer. It's about having a voice. Our chant today is He Ma Durga. I will invite Christine to tone us in and Victor to explain the chant.
Thank you, Kristen. It's also a delight to have the kids with us. Good morning, kids. Glad you guys could make it. Our chant this morning is He Ma Durga. He Ma Durga. And this, in the Sanskrit tradition, this chant honors the divine feminine. He in Sanskrit is a term of exaltation, and Ma is a term of endearment. So it's not Ma as in, hey Ma, I don't want to clean my room today. It's Hey Ma, and Ma is a term of endearment. And Durga, in the Sanskrit tradition, is the mother of all goddesses. Durga is the divine feminine, that aspect within each and every being that has the capacity for unconditional love. And so we'll go ahead and invite Christine to tone us in as we take a conscious breath together. Together. He Ma Durga, 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 Hey 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 Ma Durga, with a smile. Hey Ma Durga, Hey Ma Durga, Hey Ma Durga, Hey Ma Durga, once more. Hey Ma Durga, Hey Ma Durga, Hey Ma Durga, Hey Ma Durga.
Welcome, children. Hi, Lindsay. Thank you for sharing your energy and enthusiasm with us this morning. Lindsay, what are you guys learning today?
Yeah, today we are just going to talk about our moms. We're going to give some love to the moms today.
We all love our moms. It is. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Have you hugged your mom today? Maybe.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye, kids. Also, we wanted to bring your attention at the back of the meditation hall, our lozenges and some tissues if you are needing those today. Here at TBC, we practice Western Buddhism, a blend of Eastern philosophy and Western psychology. This new and exciting form of spirituality is dynamic, inclusive, active, and focuses on core Buddhist insights, mindfulness, meditation, and the practical application in our daily life. Our goal here isn't to get everyone to agree on one lineage or philosophy. Rather, it's on cultivating shared experience of mindfulness, oneness, and love. Whether we are meditating or sharing from the heart, we respect you'll participate at the level that feels comfortable for you. We take refuge in the three jewels and acknowledge these core values as expressions of the awakened mind, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We value awareness of our own Buddha nature as well as the Buddha nature in all beings, allowing a new perspective of this in every precious moment. The second jewel is the Dharma, the truth teachings that release us from fear and delusion and help us to realize the true nature of who we are. And the Sangha, all of us, the spiritual community, the essential part of growth where we practice the teaching together and support each other along every step of the path. Please, let's take a moment to silence any electronic devices and prepare for a meditative environment. Now let's prepare for the prayer of refuge. We'll recite this together 3 times. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we go for refuge until fully awakened. Through the power of generosity, ethics, patience, enthusiastic effort, concentration, and wisdom. For the sake of all beings, may we realize and demonstrate our innate goodness. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we go for refuge until fully awakened. Through the power of generosity, ethics, patience, enthusiastic effort, concentration, and wisdom. For the sake of all beings, may we realize and demonstrate our innate goodness. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we go for refuge until fully awakened. Through the power of generosity, ethics, patience, enthusiastic effort, concentration, and wisdom. For the sake of all beings, may we realize and demonstrate our innate goodness. As we enter a time of meditation, if you have an extensive practice, then I invite you to practice in a way that is fitting for you this morning. If you are new to meditation, then we will begin with an opening dedication. We will sound the bell 3 times. There will be a brief guided meditation, and we will spend approximately 12 to 15 minutes in noble silence. Let's begin by breathing together. Body, speech, and mind, in perfect oneness, I send my heart with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness, transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow, and realize the true nature of who they are.
And so as the sound of the bell decays, guiding us, showing us the way. If necessary, you can take another conscious breath or 2, or perhaps make some micro adjustments in your posture. Stretch a little in the neck and the shoulders. Whatever you need to do to partner with the body to become more gentle, more easy, light and spacious. And as the breath settles into its natural flow, its natural rhythm, you can bring your awareness to the rise and fall of the tummy with each in-breath and out-breath. Checking one more time for any points in the body that might be tense or contracted. Releasing the forehead and the eyebrows, the jaw, the shoulders drop. Releasing the tummy muscles. And so connected to the breath, the body is gentle, easy, and light. I invite you to bring your awareness now to awareness itself. Noticing when the mind becomes aware of a sound inside the room or outside in the hallway. And just letting sound be sound. When you notice that the mind has become aware of that, in the same moment, you simply return to the breath, the rise and fall of the tummy. You might notice that your mind has become aware of a sensation, like hot or cold, or perhaps an itch or a tummy rumble. The moment you notice that the mind has been distracted by this is the same moment that we quickly, easily, and gently return to the breath. How lightly can you touch each experience as it arises? You might notice that the mind has become distracted by a thought or even a string of thoughts. The moment you notice that the mind has gone off with thinking, it's not a moment to punish or judge. It's actually a moment of celebration because it's a moment of awakening. Awakening from the dream of thought. And we simply return to the rise and fall of the tummy. We return to this breath. We return to this moment. And so connected to the breath, the body is gentle, easy, and light. The mind is clear, yet receptive to whatever arises. And the heart is open. We can move more deeply into the stillness. I close my eyes and I see clearly. I stop trying to listen and I hear truth. I am silent, yet my heart sings. I seek no contact and find union. I am still and move forward. I am gentle and need no strength. I am humble and remain whole, returning again and again to the breath, returning again and again home. And so I invite you to remain in a meditative state, connected with your breath. The body is easy, gentle, and light. And I invite you to bring your awareness to the sense door of sound, noticing the sound of my voice, or perhaps the sound of the air handlers in the room. And as you become aware of the sense door of sound, can you keep 5% of your awareness on that which is silent within? Next, I invite you to bring your awareness to the sense door of touch as you become aware of the feeling of your clothing upon your skin, or the feeling of the chair or cushion beneath you. And as you become aware of matter, material, and form, at the same time, can you keep 5% of your awareness on that which is formless? In other words, awareness of awareness. Next, I invite you to bring your awareness to the sense door of sight as you slowly begin to open your eyes, allowing in some light. And just letting the images come to you, not looking around or focusing hard on anything. And as you become aware of objects and things and stuff, at the same time, can you keep 5% of your awareness on the space around them, in and through? Awareness of the space in this room, around the building, around our planet. Next, I invite you to bring your awareness to the breath as we take a conscious breath together. And as you release, be present in the here and the now, in this time and in this place. All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome. It is truly heartwarming to be celebrating and spending this Mother's Day with everyone here today. A fun little story about my mama and I. She's at home watching on Facebook. Hi, Mom. As a boy, about the age of 9, I would pester my mom about going outside and playing with all the other neighborhood kids. And she would say, that's absolutely fine. You can go do that once you have cleaned your room. And so, right? And so with the sounds of my friends outside having what I was absolutely sure was the absolute best time of their life, I began to clean my room, and I discovered very quickly that I could cut corners. As in, I could just throw everything in my closet and be done. I'm ready, Mom. And she'd be like, wow, that was fast. So this went on for a week or 2 or 3 until one day when my friends were gathering outside for a game of kickball that I was sure was going to be the defining moment of my entire childhood. So it was very important that I get out there. And right before I could actually stop Mom from opening the closet door to get my jacket, you could tell what happened after that. She opened the closet door to get my coat, but she got so much more. Everything that I had been stuffing into the closet for the past 2 weeks all came tumbling out on top of Mom. And in that moment, I could not, as a boy of 9, I could not see how I was creating my own reality. But as a man now and a practitioner, I totally can see how I created the next week or two of being grounded from going outside and playing with my friends. So Mother's Day, I had always thought, was a day for all mothers to celebrate. But this is not exactly how Ann Jarvis, who created or the founder of Mother's Day, how she had intended it. In 1908, she envisioned a much more personal day, a day where each person would remember their own mother. So you can see this reflected in the name of the holiday, because Ann Jarvis specifically chose the singular possessive Mother's Day rather than the plural possessive Mother's Day. So the difference is merely the placement of the apostrophe before or after the S. So placing it before the S makes it personal, while placing it after, it is communal. So rather than a day for all mothers, it is instead a day for each one of us to remember, honor our own mothers. Now, I am, of course, aware that for some of us, the relationship with their mother may be very difficult or painful. So the invitation today is to bring to mind a person or a being. Could be a coworker, a nanny, a teacher, a neighbor, perhaps even an animal or a pet that for you helped you to truly understand unconditional love. That being that nurtured you, that made you feel, no matter how many chores you shirked, that touched your soul and nurtured you in such a way that you were able to truly experience unconditional love. And if even for a moment, a divine feminine quality of this loving us for exactly who and what we are, even though we have all these secrets that we've stored in our own minds, all these checkered past, so to speak, all these thoughts of unworthiness, there is a being that held for you this divine feminine that we usually associate with Mom. So I want you to join me for a few moments as we experientially move to that place. So we will begin with a memory, a vision. So if you close your eyes, perhaps, if you go within, and just for a moment, allow that memory, that place, a time, that being. It may have been recently, it could have been years ago, that there was this being that enabled you to touch that place within yourself of absolute unconditional love. They taught you by loving you, by nurturing you, by holding you in a place that it didn't matter what you said, it didn't matter what you have done, it didn't matter what you thought of yourself. Holding in your heart this place, this person, this being. Breathing deeply, allowing your heart to expand as you remember what it was like to be loved unconditionally. And even though we use a memory to access the feeling that you are experiencing, and if it's not right now, perhaps later, The feeling that you experience is real, and it is now. And it is very much a present moment experience, and it is always with us. And it comes from our own divine feminine. It comes from our own beingness. These beings are actually not giving us something as much as they are bringing our awareness to that which is already within us. Like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz coming home, experiencing what was always there, but able to embody it now within herself. We can do this. This is the gift of the divine feminine. That ability within each being to love unconditionally. When we are able to see ourselves through their eyes, we can find comfort in that beingness. Not the constant looking for comfort, joy, happiness, connection, and love in the external things, money, alcohol, daydreaming about a better life, a better job, a better companion. That is a constant parade. That is a goalpost that is always moving, always extending beyond. When we feel the need for comfort, return to this. Find that within us that is always there, that there are certain beings in our life, usually associated with mom, that bring that out in us, that help us to find that center, that groundedness of truth, that we are children of the universe, that we are beings of love and light, worthy of unconditional love, acceptance. Now, make no mistake, the divine feminine is in no way a women-only concept. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. In some traditions, in some of the yogic traditions, these energies are known as Shiva and Shakti, Yin and Yang, Ida and Pingala. The left side of the body relates to the feminine and the right side the masculine. Honoring the connection to the divine feminine is an act of worship. It is an act of bringing out the sacred within each of us and imbuing this moment with that. What an amazing gift we have. And so seldom used. The divine mother, Durga, this essence of all creation, it is a sacred connection to Mother Earth and to the very energy of giving birth. And again, not just the literal giving birth, but the giving birth to ideas, giving birth to expression in all of its wonderful, amazing forms, giving birth to dreams, to life, to existence, giving birth to the sacred in this moment. The divine feminine is part of us all. And there are some practices that our tradition in Buddhism shares with us in order to help us in each moment remember that we are creation. We cannot create. It's who and what we are. And so the question becomes, what are we creating in each moment? Because you can't not create. And so there are some things that I want to share with you to help you to fully celebrate Mother's Day, to fully accept that divine feminine within yourself as well as within all beings, this ability to truly honor the creation of the moment. So some of these are, for example, connecting your bare feet with Mother Earth, spending time in nature. And it doesn't mean you have to go to Zion National Park right now, although some of us might want to hop in with you if you're leaving. But even just nurturing perhaps a house plant that you have. Isn't it amazing how what we feel for just this little house plant when we take time to connect with it? The plant is unconditional. Nature teaches us to be still, to be present. And when we release all the thinking, all the conditioned patterns of speech and behavior, and we are just present, then what arises naturally within us is love, compassion, joy and peace, metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha. So, connecting with the earth, with nature, with plants, with animals. And when you do that, be aware. Be aware of that feeling nature of what it's like. And that is always with us. And that is more you than any thought you could ever have. There are things like the pink Himalayan salt lamps, simple little things, crystals, natural things that are said to imbue and to carry with them energies. The soft, sultry pink glow of the little healing lamps not only activate the divine feminine within, but they purify the air, create negative ions, help reduce harmful electromagnetic fields that are so prevalent in our homes today. You can touch base with the divine feminine, because the divine feminine has with it a playful curiosity and a divine ferocity, wild, unpredictable, spontaneous. And so play with that. If you have an oracle deck at home, just grab a card. If not, just go to your library at home, go to our lending library and just open a book and playfully see what the author wants to share with you in just that moment. Be spontaneous. Just drive. Imagine driving without a destination and play, sing, dance, throw paint on the wall. There may be consequences for that last one, but we can always say sorry. Practice radical self-care. Treat your inner warrior, your inner spiritual warrior, like royalty. Take yourself out for a bubble bath or out for a date or out to a movie. Lie down on your back and enjoy just a beautiful presence or a moment of just peace and quiet. Journal. Share your dreams, your intentions. Anything that feels delicious and nourishing to us. Celebrate the beauty of all things. This is the gift of the divine feminine. It is boundless. It is endless. It is vibrant. When we connect with the energy of doing, striving, efforting, life can become fatiguing. We feel exhausted. But when we release that and connect with the energy of just being, that creative energy that we are, that inherent ability to create this moment, to create music. It's so funny because when we create something, the moment we create it, here comes judgment. Here comes, oh, well, it's just a little painting, it's a little sculpture, it's just a quick meal that I threw together. All of the qualifying and the quantifying, and that is not the divine feminine. The divine feminine creates for no other reason than to create. It's not trying to prove anything, satisfy anybody, not trying to win awards or stay on the island or not get voted off or win the X Factor. All of that is just conditioned patterns of speech and behavior playing out. The divine feminine loves for love's sake, and that includes the self. When we know who we truly are, then we know who everyone else is. And there can be nothing but love. Construct altars wherever you go. It's funny because from time to time I see people create little cairns. You know, the cairn, the little rocks stacked on top of each other. I see those even in our own gardens around the temple, which, by the way, as you exit today, be sure and take time to admire them. The garden committee, known as the Garden Fairies, were here this weekend and planted many wonderful, lovely little beings that are out there singing right now. And notice that when you go and you experience a flower, how quickly the labels come up. Oh, yellow, chrysanthemum. Release all that. None of that's necessary. Just be with the flowers. Just be with the rain. Be with all the shades of green. This is the gift of the divine feminine, and this is how, through the divine feminine within us, we birth a greater reality. I'd like to close with this poem by the poet of paradoxes herself, Emily Dickinson. My Letter to the World, by Emily Dickinson. This is my letter to the world that never wrote to me the simple news that nature told with tender majesty. Her message is committed to hands that I cannot see. For love of her, sweet countrymen, judge tenderly of me. And so with the sounding of the return bell, I invite you to adjust your posture. Take a conscious breath. As we move into a heart practice, a loving kindness practice. This is not a conceptual or intellectual activity. This is a heart practice. And in form with a heart practice, some people like to choose a physical or an outward gesture. Some folks like to place their hand on their heart, or maybe even both hands. Perhaps create or form the Anjali Mudra, or the heart focusing. Or even if your hands are simply cupped in your lap, all of this works as we take a conscious breath together. And as you release, I invite you to bring to mind the image of you, a full body image of the form that has been given your name and that has accrued the many experiences over the years. And as you hold this image in your mind's eye, recite silently to yourself these words of loving kindness or metta practice. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be safe from inner and outer dangers. May I be well in body and mind. And may I be at ease and happy. Conscious breath. And as you release this sentiment into the universe, I invite you now to bring to mind the image of a friend of yours. Holding this image in your mind's eye, let us open our hearts as we send metta. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be safe from inner and outer dangers. May you be well in body and mind. And may you be at ease and happy. Conscious breath. And as you release that sentiment into the universe, I invite you now to bring to mind the image of a difficult person in your life, a challenging person. Could be a boss or a coworker, a neighbor, classmate, or a political figure. And holding this image in your mind's eye, let us open our hearts as we send metta. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be safe from inner and outer dangers. May you be well in body and mind. And may you be at ease and happy. Conscious breath. And as you release that sentiment into the universe, I invite you now to bring to mind the image of the world, all the plants and the flowers and the trees, animals of the land, the sea, the sky, and all sentient beings, including ourselves. Holding this image in your mind's eye, let us open our hearts as we send metta to us all. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be safe from inner and outer dangers. May we be well in body and mind. And may we be at ease and happy. Conscious breath.
Thanks, Victor, for leading us through the loving kindness heart practice. In the true spirit of Dana, the Buddhist practice of generosity, temple services are given freely. In the same way, if you choose to give, please give with a generous heart, not in return for something you have received, but so that other people who may seek refuge in the Sangha may find it here in this temple. Dana boxes are located on the lower floor near the door and at the front of the balcony. Thank you for all our wonderful volunteers, and thank you for our TBC ambassadors, those that have committed to regular electronic donations. It's not about the amount. The monthly giving helps us to set a budget here at TBC. If you would like to become an ambassador, just click on the Love Offering button on our website, templebuddhistcenter.com. And thank you, Victor, for sharing your wisdom with us today. I really appreciated the message. And to Christine for your beautiful music. And we thank each and all of you for being here this morning, and we are all the better for it. Let us prepare now to close our service with the Bodhicitta dedication. We'll say this out loud one time together. May the pure, brilliant sun of Bodhicitta dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion, unstoppably until all are illumined and awakened. And with our hands together in front of our hearts, let's go forth from this place, entering each moment in innocence, guided by the wisdom of our hearts. Namaste. And now, if Victor has any announcements.
Again, thank you everyone so much for being with us this morning. A couple of things I wanted to point out. Of course, the gardens outside, the garden fairies came and worked for several hours, so please enjoy those as you leave today. Also, we had a tremendously generous donation to our lending library. We had over, my goodness, I think there were 8 boxes of books that were brought to us this week. In fact, there were so many that there's a couple boxes sitting on the floor. We couldn't get them all into our cart. And these boxes are filled with wonderful books on Buddhism, spirituality, Eastern philosophy. And they're not just those books that have been sitting in boxes for 10 years in the basement, old and moldy. A lot of these are new hardback books. It's wonderful. So please, if you haven't taken advantage of our lending library, please do so. And as always, when you're done with a book, bring it back and we'll continue sharing that Dharma. Also, second Sundays is always Meditation 101. And so at 1 o'clock today, Whit Welch will be sponsoring or featuring a 1-hour Meditation 101 workshop. It's simply an opportunity for those who are either new to the practice or have been practicing even for a long time, but are struggling with some issue around their meditation or their mindfulness practice. So please come and sit with Whit, and he will answer questions and talk a little bit about the practice and things that you might need to do. Also, we are offering a Tai Chi Cha. We're beginning a new session of lessons to learn Tai Chi Cha. It is a fantastic complement to your sitting meditation. It is movement meditation and has 19 moves and 1 pose. It is easy to learn, and even people that might have physical disabilities can do Tai Chi Cha, because you can do Tai Chi Cha in a chair as well. So please join us May 17th here at Temple Buddhist Center at 6:30. And then finally, every Tuesday and Thursday at noon, I don't know if you guys know this, but Temple Buddhist Center features a Facebook Live 30-minute meditation. So if you're at work and maybe you have a lunch hour, you can join us on Facebook for a live 30-minute meditation on Facebook. And as always, Karen and Matt have the Buddha and the Bean on Tuesday mornings at 9, coffee and celebration of waking up in all of its forms. So again, thank you, everyone. I will leave this up. And as you go into your day, peace, blessings, Mom, and apple pie.
Oh, yeah.